Now from the time I have started making Devi's video, there have been many mails that I have received asking that who is Linga Bhairavi? Is she same as Bhairavi? And how is she different from Devi Lalita or Tripur Sundari? She isn't even mentioned in Vedas, then how come she is same as other goddesses, or how she is powerful like other goddesses? To all of them, it's like asking, is the moonlight different from moon, or the river is different from ocean? So to answer this, let's not begin with facts, let's begin with feeling, because some questions aren't loud enough, but they remain in the heart for years. Now imagine sunlight falling on a piece of diamond. One light, many sparkles, right? Each facet shines differently, but the source is one. So, to clear that confusion, let's start from the root. One thing we have to be clear about is, Linga Bhairavi is not in competition with Devi Durga. Neither Devi Lalita is angry with Bhairavi. And Kali does not turn away if you bow down to Tripur Sundari. With all these poetic lines, what I just want to say is, though the forms are different, but all of them are the expressions of the same primordial feminine energy. You may call her Shakti, you may call her Devi. She is not a woman and she is not a goddess out there. She is the very pulse of creation, the mother of all forms. But like the moon reflects differently in still water, in flowing river, or the crashing ocean, the same energy reflects as different form. It is we, with our mind-made divisions, that worry about loyalty. But the divine feminine knows only one thing, that is inclusion. Whether she comes with Trishul, or seated on a lotus, or as yantra in your home, she comes for only one thing, your surrender, your love. So now, let's listen to Sadhguru as to who she is first.
In terms of creation, how the feminine happened, first of all, the story goes like this, that forces which were detrimental to the existence rose and started threatening the very existence, which was still in a infant state. So the three main gods met, Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh, who signified three different qualities. In terms of modern physical sciences, we can describe them as proton, neutron and electron. Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, in that order. Today, according to modern physical sciences, it is clearly understood that these three forces, which are the basic building blocks for the existence, proton, neutron and electron, they are in place the way they are and they are in movement. The dynamism in them is only because of an electrical charge which is outside of these three forces. So without that electrical charge or electromagnetic charge, these three cannot be in any state of dynamism. There is no such thing as creation. It is this aspect of science that this story is trying to propound in a very dialectical way, that these three gods met and forces of destruction had risen and they did not know how to handle it. They had three stellar qualities within them, but they found these three qualities are not enough. They understood a combination of these three qualities were needed. So all of them hugely exhaled, letting out the best of what they are. And this exhalation from these three forces merged and became the feminine. Or the Devi. This force, which we refer to as Devi, The word Devi comes from the word Div. Div means the space. So, Devi is not a particle, she is the space which holds the three fundamental forces in the existence. That energy which makes the atom work is the same energy which makes the cosmos work. It is the same energy which makes everything happen in existence. And this energy is always identified as feminine. This is about the feminine, not about being female. Being female is a very bodily thing. Being feminine is not of the body, it's much more than that. When survival is the main issue, naturally masculine will rule the world. Only when survival is well taken care of, feminine comes to play. As long as you keep the survival as the most important part of your life, naturally masculine will rule. As technology and economics become more and more dominant, do you see these are the two most dominant factors? Then you will see there is no room for the feminine, it's all about masculine. Only if love, music, art, this, that, all these things, the finer aspects of life are dominant, as much equally important in the world as technology and economics are. Only then there is scope for the feminine to play an equal role. Otherwise, women will start behaving like men, which is beginning to happen in a big way. Because somewhere it is believed that only by being like a man you can be successful, which is a completely wrong idea. It is a completely disastrous idea which has gone into people's minds today, that only if you're like a man, you can be successful. So, if we have to explore this dimension of the feminine in you, or if we have to explore the dimension of feminine in the existence, we need to be in a certain way, otherwise feminine will be missed. Most cultures on this planet have missed the feminine completely. They may have women, not much feminine. Here and there flashes of feminine may happen, but no genuine feminine happening. No feminine happening as a big celebration. No feminine happening in full force, because most cultures evolved out of conquest. Life was always seen as a conquest, as an achievement, never as an inclusion. Only in a culture, only in a place, only within a human being who sees life as inclusion, in that person, feminine happens in full flow. One who sees life as an achievement, one who sees life as a conquest, he or she will not know the feminine.
So coming back to Linga Bhairavi, who has been consecrated by Sadhguru, I don't know if she's mentioned in any Vedas or not, because I myself haven't read all the Vedas, I've just read a few of them. But if she isn't mentioned in Vedas, then it's common sense, right? That Vedas are ancient and Linga Bhairavi, the deity, has been consecrated now. But she's nevertheless than any other goddess. So don't ever take her lightly. And for this to know completely, you can watch this video. You will be really shocked by knowing the reality, how she has been made with the same process through which deities were made in ancient times. And the process is also mentioned in Vedas. And you will be really shocked to know that how she is Kali, Saraswati, Durga, all Devis in just one form. Her presence doesn't require belief, only openness. Her yantras, her stuthi, her gaze are not symbols, they are living tools. But still, the question persists in our heart, right? That is she different from the Devi we worship? Well, maybe in expression, but not in essence. She is the same grace that bathes you when you utter Amma in your prayer. From all these, what I want to say simply is that forms are like costumes. She has 1,000 forms, but her breath is one and the source is the same actor. And these aren't just the poetic lines that I'm repeating. These are the truths that you yourself as a being know about it. But still, many times our mind needs reminders, right? When you bow to Devi, whether as Linga Bhairavi, Devi Lalita, Devi Durga, or Annapurna, she receives only one thing, your emotion. So if your love is real, you don't need to ask if it's right. And if your surrender is total, you don't need to worry about which form. So let the world debate, let the mind compare. The mother only waits for you to call. So if you have been asking that is it okay if we worship some other form, can we do Bhairavi sadhana too? This is not a question that anyone can answer. This can be answered only by the official Linga Bhairavi and by Sadguru. But what I feel is, please hear this very carefully. She has never been separate. She has always been waiting for you to remember. No matter what name, no matter what mantra, and no matter what path. She is just yours and you are hers. So let the tears fall. Let the fears go. Just call her in any name that makes your heart tremble. And if this has answered something your heart has been carrying for a long time, take a moment to sit quietly, offer a flower, a breath, or a tear, not for the form, but for the formless presence that has held you. And if you feel drawn to Linga Bhairavi, just hear this, that you are not betraying your past. You are just fulfilling your longing. So, at last, if you feel that somebody else need to hear this, please do share this video with that person. And if you really loved the video, do not forget to give it a like, share and subscribe. And up to next, stay safe, healthy, happy, and namaskaram.